Praise God, praise God, praise God. Precious folk, this is your quintessential servant, the Holiness Revivalist, Reverend Kingsley George J. Agyeman, Senior Pastor of House of Consecration Ministry, Accra, Ghana. Now, in the book of Genesis chapter 39, the verse 1, the Bible said, and life brought Joseph down to Egypt. I'd like you to know that life was very, very inequitable to Joseph. Joseph was brought to the place of demotion. Joseph was brought to the place of ignominy. Joseph was brought to the place of segregation. In fact, at some point, he was even sold for 30 pieces of silver. And yet, Joseph still rose up to become the prime minister of his day. I'd like you to intrinsically picture yourself in the light of Joseph, where life has brought you down. And when life brings you down, the only option you are left with is to come up. Now, how do you come up? By receiving the disclosure from the unadulterated word. How do you come up? By following meticulously a video such as what you are watching, so that you can become what God has ordained you to become. Now, God told me one of the reasons why Joseph was very inimitable among his contemporaries was because Joseph had what we call the power of holiness. No man, no woman can have a commanding magnetic relationship with God except the spirit of holiness. Listen to me. Without holiness, you cannot magnet God. Without holiness, you cannot attract God's presence. No matter your rigorous prayer and fasting, if the purpose of that fasting and prayer was not to make you holy, my dear, you will not attract God's presence and you will not attract God into your life. That is the more reason why when you read 1 Peter chapter 1, the verse 16, the Bible said, be ye holy. Why? Because I am holy. Listen, God told me that one of Jesus' strongest weapon was not necessarily his prayer. Of course, a great while before the breaking of the day, the Bible said he will get up to pray. But one of Jesus' strongest weapon was his holiness. This week, I am trusting God for you, that God will embellish you with unusual grace so that you can walk in total holiness. Remember, the volume of hatred God has for sin, has for iniquity, has for transgression is the opposite volume of love God has for holiness. This week, may God help you to be holy. I love you as always. I'm praying for you. Shalom. God bless.